like straw? Are you still
Oh,
doing
went
that?
plastic water bottle today.
Oh, so you hate the environment?
Yes,
Okay, just
hate
checking.
it.
All right, three, two, one. That's right. You are listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number one by the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Please connect with us, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube. Check out our sweet merchandise or join our Patreon. And remember, between now and the end of November, all of our Patreon money is going straight to Team Gina. That's teamgina.org. And if you forget what they're all about, just check out the episode Blue Skidoo Weekend 2 to learn all about the Gina McReynolds Foundation. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, I'm an architect for her pain. My co-host, the queen of the sunrail, Mary,
Hey,
and our producer, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Does he look like a bitch?
Well, that sounds like a
oh,
Samuel L.
it's
Jackson
fiction.
quote.
It's
Oh,
Pulp Fiction.
it was
Is
Pulp
it Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction?
It was
Very
Pulp
I
nice,
Fiction.
got it.
Mary.
I got
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Very
Well, good
nice.
for you,
Basically,
Scott. Got the actor
yeah.
right off the bat.
I got the actor right. You know, my Amazon Echo, we've got a program where I can ask Sam. So we'll ask Sam what the weather is. And sometimes I'm not going to tell you the GD weather. And then he goes, just kidding. It's sunny today with a high of 68. And anyway, so this is episode number 69.
Giggity.
And
Nice.
this is an explicit episode because we are going to be going over a lot of adult content and
Only
adult
if we're lucky.
topics, only if we are lucky. And episode 40. So that was the belly dancing sex guru with special guest, the Erica Rivera, the Sexpert herself. And she has been so kind to come back for this very special 69. Erica, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about this.
Of
69
course.
is always fun.
Yes, it is. Yes. 69 is always fun.
It's
Scott's
such
like,
a
I've heard,
blanket
I've
term. He's
heard.
like, I don't know. I'm
I heard rumors. So, Erica, you
Start off with a good start here.
yeah, we're already start. So, Erica, you we talked about this all where you were here, and we were talking about how your subject matter is such a subject matter that can really benefit so many people, not just people who want to, spice up things in their love life, but also people who need, kind of the education to and unstigmatizing sex. And we're like, you know what, you would be great on a podcast. And you're like, I've been thinking about it. Well, the time is almost here. Tell us what you've got going on.
I know. I can't believe that I went ahead and started that journey. Yeah, I've sex health education for it'll be 11 years in November. So November, I believe, is my
Wow.
anniversary. And so I thought it would be cool to start a podcast, for the anniversary. So it's right around the corner. Um, I felt like I needed to reach people outside of my local community. Right now, I'd like to think that I've made an impact locally, educating, people from middle school, high school, and people our age, even our elderly, believe it or not, they need the education as well with sex health. And I've been doing a lot of presentations lately. For example, I'm actually doing a presentation on the connection between mental health and sexual health and intimacy.
Oh,
So,
nice.
doing all these presentations, I started thinking, like, how can I reach people outside of, my local community? And I thought, man, a podcast would be cool. So I started a Patreon. To try to
yay.
support the podcast that way. And the name I came up with was Sexpertease. So see what I did there?
Perfect.
Love that name, Sexpertease.
So,
I have a question
and
about
the
your
goal,
Patreon.
yeah, yeah.
So are you gonna sell merch like logoed toys? I think you should. I really think you should. You're gonna make
No.
so much cash.
Actually, my third tier, I only have 3 tiers, but the 25 a month tier includes a monthly goodie bag where there are in that goodie bag. So
Wow.
as far as
Just for a friend,
logo,
what's the link for that? If you can just like drop it somewhere. I'm asking for a friend, not for me at all.
Scott just subscribed 3 times.
Can
That
I put
$45
it
here.
there?
Yeah.
So it's patreon.com/. So
Perfect.
just the way it is, THE Erica Rivera. Yeah. So I just thought it was a good community outside of here, and the idea is Sexpertease, spelled as in T's at the end. I'd like to keep people wanting more education by the end of each episode. So
Nice.
You're so witty. I
You
love
are. I love it. Look at that.
now it's like,
And then you're
I have my mic.
Yeah.
but-
Minor details.
oh,
Yeah, that's all you
perfect.
need. That's all you need.
You're already one step up from where Mary and I were when we started. When Mary and I started, I had this stupid headset. It sounded like I was talking in a tin can. And then Mary was using her iPhone and her earbuds, which sounded better than mine. But then I didn't know that I could record 2 microphones into my computer. We just couldn't do Zoom. So she would come over my house and she'd sit out in the patio and I'd sit upstairs recording. So you're a lot further along than we were.
You're doing a great job.
I feel
Killing
like
it.
yeah, there's a lot of extra steps to how you guys did this.
We definitely made it difficult. Yeah,
we had
definitely
no
did.
idea what we were doing. Like most things, that's why we have you around. We need to know how to do things. Erica, help. Mostly Scott, mostly Scott.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Off to a running start.
So listen, I'll get right to it and ask the first question. And these came in from listeners, and I will warn you on Facebook. Again, this episode is explicit, and there's going to be a lot of adult content. So bear with us on this. So the question is, do you start at the tip with the peanut or the shaft? And there's an explanation into the question. Base. The peanut butter is a little thicker and it gives some motivation for deeper, but that also seems kind of rude, you know? Just curious what the best practice is.
Hold on. I just want to address a few things. Why is it thicker on the base? Why does it matter? Like, why would it be thinner on the tip? Who's spreading the peanut butter?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, the base too. Like,
like-
what if you get someone that's, someone with a gag reflex? That's not going to be fun. I mean, it depends. Depends.
No,
on
and
what
peanut butter's thick.
Yeah, it depends on what you're into. But I'd probably start at the tip, move it down. You can
Yeah.
spread it that
Why
way.
peanut butter? That's my question.
Yeah,
I feel like the peanut butter is only there to attract maybe dogs and not people.
well, maybe did they specify?
When you first
Go ahead,
asked it,
Erica.
I'm like, are we talking about humans?
Why? Wait, I
That's a
have a
different
question.
podcast.
Okay, I have a question. Is that real, or is that just like one of those urban like legends? That's not a real thing, right?
What?
Guys? Why is that
Bestiality?
Dog?
Yeah, like people. Yeah, like that can't be real, right?
Look, one man's yum is another man. Wait, one man's yuck is another man's yum. I don't know what to say. It's sick, but people do it. And it's not okay with the animals. And I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's shift. let's pivot because it's really weird.
But the peanut butter being in that question is what makes you wonder, like, is this question for, like, that's why I said, well, I guess if it was me, I'd start at the tip. Yum, peanut butter. Okay, but, like, it sounds like it's in there to distract us.
Yeah.
So
Can we get them on the podcast?
So then, Erica, as an alternative to peanut butter, what would be the number one thing that you would recommend using?
The number one thing?
Instead of peanut butter.
Probably a flavored lubricant, but a good quality one, because if you use, like, you can use household products. Chocolate syrup, whipped cream is also a good one. If you don't mind the stickiness, unless you're down there for a while, then then you're good. But
Y'all.
Okay, Mary, you had some. This question went down a dark path, and
I don't think that's not a dark question. I mean, you make a very valid point, because I would be very quick to say no household products like that, right? Because like, ugh, I don't know. There's a lot of sugar. There's a lot of weird things happening
And
there.
stressing and
What
just
is wrong
gross
with you?
things. I don't know.
What is bring out the Hellmans?
But
Things are getting wild tonight. Like, what?
I do get clients who complain about, like, how sticky it can get. Like, basically the cleanup, which is why I said, well, if you stay down there long enough, maybe there doesn't have to be much in cleanup. But, so I get that.
Is that what
if
you
that's the
recommend?
issue. Well, if
Or
if
you
the
like
issue
finish
of
the
cleanup,
job and you won't have a problem?
yeah. That's why I say, a really good quality flavored lubricant, one that doesn't have sugar in it, isn't going to stick, and that'll make it a smooth ride.
Like sugar-free peanut
Ooh,
butter?
I see what you did there. Smooth ride. Okay, so I'm glad that you brought up a connection between mental health and sexual health. This literally probably has nothing to do with sexual health at all, but this is where my office went with this. This is where we went with this topic, and I'm not proud of it. What? I'm not.
Like,
So
I'm
what?
proud of the peanut butter
Like,
question, but it was a
I,
question.
I know,
but
like,
that was a
come on.
question submitted to you. It wasn't an ongoing conversation that took up like a percentage of your day, okay? Like this did. So what would you think is the connection or like sexual attraction between females and like almost sounds terrible. I don't even know how to like almost like in a Stockholm situation. So for example, I'm gonna lay out the let me just paint the picture for you. One of my coworkers has a real thing for Michael Myers. She's like, Daddy, what do you think I mean, this was a conversation that went on for a while. What would you think that is? Is there something about like someone else being in control? Maybe you'll die. That's exciting, right? I don't know.
So there's several things. There are several things that could be tied to this. One, it could just be she's a horror fan and that's like her fetish. It could the dominance. My cat is about to be in the way. So it could be.
Oh, that's
she's
okay.
very
Whoa,
dominant.
whoa. Chris got it.
And
Continue, Erica.
I'm
You
sorry.
continue,
Y'all, I gotta
please.
take my hoodie off. I'm done.
oh my god.
This happened last time.
Did she mention trauma at all in her life? Maybe when she was young.
No.
Ooh.
No,
Ooh.
no. And that's something that I thought. So I thought just like from a psychological standpoint, maybe like that, like trauma bond, right? Like something like, oh, we went through something together, but like, ooh, daddy, that's weird for me. Like I still have a hard time grasping it. But I was like trying to understand where
Also,
like
like,
sexually, like maybe there's a thing between
ask too. That could be a thing.
that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Or I was thinking like how there's like that whole thin line between pleasure and pain. So maybe like pleasure and I'm scared shitless. Like maybe there's like, like adrenaline and excitement maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the same endorphins
Way
you feel
not.
like out of fear is the same that you feel like. So like, when you're about to go on a roller coaster, you're like, oh my god, like you're super scared, and then you get off the roller coaster and you're like all hyped up, like all those endorphins. The same thing happens when you're sexually aroused. She might like to be hunted, if that makes sense. She could be into.
Ooh, I didn't know that was even a thing.
That is definitely
that?
a thing. Yes.
Now, Erica,
I'm a gazelle.
Erica, I've got a friend, and this friend
Congrats.
has it's nobody on the, but this person has a very strange sexual fetish with Dr. Stephen Strange from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, what would you, sorcerer, someone who guards the multiverse, what would you think their issue is?
Why is it an issue? Okay, I'm just not that I know this person, but I'm just speaking up like the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Why is it an issue, Scott? Go ahead, Erica. Please handle this.
What I was gonna say is that a problem. See, it's like there's kind of a common pattern here. The power dynamic. So, If they're fetish, they have a fetish of someone who has power, is in power, dominates other people, other things. It could just
Other
be that this person is
universes.
submissive and being dominated, likes that dominance, like someone else being in control of their actions. That is a thing.
Gotcha.
Just like we have people that prefer to be dominant. It's the complete opposite, where it's a turn on for them to like have like that helpless partner, kind of the rescue type, the hero and rescue type dynamic too. So these
Gotcha.
questions are similar in the sense that they're both people that have power, or in the Michael, like I said, I still think it's a hunting type fetish, but
Right.
Is that something you've seen often? Is like how do you even do that? How do you pull that off? Like they go hide in another room and you're like, come fight. It's like hide and seek, but like sexy.
You have to wear an
hide and seek
orange
is not
vest,
what's
like a
happening.
fluorescent vest while you.
I mean, you could act something like that, but there's also dominant partners that are predatory, and when they're hunting, they kind of give that growl. That might be part of the playtime. What they do, yeah, like actually like acting like they're hunting you.
Scott's gonna get his Elmer Fudd outfit out tonight.
Now, my wife said maybe it's not a Stephen Strange thing. Maybe it's just a Benedict Cumberbatch thing. And since she's saying that, maybe Halloween costume. I don't know. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, what was that?
I said, yeah, it could just be a celebrity crush.
It could be. Yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more with Sexpert Erica Rivera. You're listening to the No New... God damn.
So close.
So close.
So close. That's what she said. Go ahead.
You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.